Yeah, this is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another car video. The thing about thug love. Oh man, why am I talking about thug love? Well, I saw on social media yesterday, it was a picture, right? It was like one of those things. It had 6 brothers on there, right? 5 unknown ones and 1 famous one. I'm going to get into it. And it had terms like under the brothers like too short, too lame, brother, just a friend, all of that stuff. But then they had one in the picture, the caption said, "Oh my God, and, I want to have his baby," or something like that. Something like that, right? I was like, and the picture of the person, it was a well-known person in his prison gear. It was Jeremy Meeks, right? And, I saw some of the comments, and they were like, yeah, all these women, particularly black women, let's be real with it, want these thugs and everything. And, in other communities, they got that bad boy thing, too. But I was just looking at that. I was just like, oh, guys don't get it, because the comments were talking about all the personality traits and all of that. And I'm like, damn, why do people miss the one basic thing? Especially using somebody like Jeremy Meeks' pick. The women are going crazy over him in particular because of how they look. And in general, the women go crazy over guys who look good if they thugs. That's it. That's it. In fact, I remember one time seeing a comment from a woman on the picture. It was like several professional type of brothers, right? And a woman actually said, how come, it was like about maybe 20 brothers in the picture. They had suits and ties on. And the woman, she didn't say anything about their profession. She was just like only, 2.5 of them look good to her. I was like, and let's be clear, this is in all communities. Just other groups of people just hide that shit better, right? And, hold on. I was like thinking about it, like a lot of dudes get so caught up, but they don't look at that main thing. That's the main thing. It ain't about like, oh, they committing crimes or everything. Or doing all this crazy stuff. Behavior does play a role, but the primary thing, the primary bait is how they look. Because in fact, I talked about this same thing on a written blog. Back in 2014 when Jeremy Meeks first came out. And I said the thing about thug love. And I linked the blog in the description box on my website. Like some people keep forgetting my main thing is writing. I even got some viral articles out there. Right? Ooh. This person stopping suddenly in front of me, right? And I said it was about how he looked. Because even in that article, I said if... I was talking about Jeremy Meeks. I said if Jeremy Meeks was like a professional or something, women would still go crazy because they like how he looked. That's it. Oh, and just for the record, with Jeremy Meeks, multiracial women were going crazy over him. Multiracial women. So that's a universal thing. See, understand something. You know me. It's called the field master for a reason. I don't talk out the side of my neck. I've seen stuff. Like years ago, I used to work in the criminal justice system, in different capacities, right? Different capacities. One of the first things I did, I worked in diagnostic probation. Diagnostic probation is basically this. Okay, somebody, they went through the trial, everything. They were found guilty. Then they come to somebody like me. And this was an internship, just to be clear, but they come to like a diagnostic probation officer, and the probation officer will interview them, see what's up, and recommend sentencing to the judge. So, back then and back in DC, that's when they had a prison down in Lorton, Virginia and everything. So I would go down there sometime, DC jail sometime, talk with these guys, and, all of them didn't have a woman. And, later on working in the criminal justice system, particularly out of the D.C. courthouse, you see who was what. Like, I remember this one dude, he had plenty of women. He was a straight up thug. He was a killer. But he was a pretty boy killer who also had a body. He probably came out and If Mel Exotic dancing was big, then he'd have made some money. He was a definite alpha showpiece. I mean, my man came to court, fly as hell, like matching top and shorts, and his neck was torn up with passion marks. And some of the women witnesses I interviewed for him were just some women who had gone out with him. I'm like, it's about the physical thing. You know, everybody think it's all this other stuff. And I dealt with just being in that system. You get to see who is what, which ones women going crazy over and everything. You know, the behavior and everything is always secondary. It seals the deal. It's the hook. But that bait is always strong. And a lot of guys got to like start dealing with that. Like, that's one of the reasons I talk about the body game. Because I remember now, people who know me, I've said I worked in gyms. I remember when I worked in this gym in Marlow Heights, Maryland. One of the trainers there was a former Mr. Universe, Yanni Schoenberger. And I'd never forget what he told me. He said, yeah, all these women be going down to these prisons and stuff because the dudes be lifting. Like, even when you see them busy, what they do? They be on that weight pile down there. Some of them, not all of them, but shit, they be lifting and stuff. In fact, I remember a viral pic. It was of all these prisoners and stuff, and you know, some people get mad, say, yeah, these women going crazy over the prisoners. I was like, no, they're going crazy over the body builds. But getting back to that gym, at that gym, shit, we had all types at that gym. You couldn't tell once they came through the door. Shit, you'd have a drug dealer spotting a policeman on a bench press or something. And you couldn't tell the difference, and the women responded to him equally. See, it wasn't about that. See, somebody thinking, oh, it's just a thug or just a thug. But if you got that same body build at least, you're going to get women like crazy. In fact, even on Instagram, you got some guys, they got large followings. Like one dude, somebody referred him to me. He said, yeah, this is a good part right here. Dude was an attorney. He had pictures of himself. I can't remember his name because I ain't bothered following him. But dude had pictures of himself like, you know, showing the muscles and everything, showing some fly clothes, but also in court with his suits on or something. Because that's the thing. People got to realize how deep that is. And, you know, women will, you know, he might be a thug or something, depending on how primal it is, their social class, and maybe even how discreet the dude to be, they'll deal with him. They'll deal with him. They ain't tripping over that. Shit. And dude, you know, cats got to realize that. You're just like, stop worrying about all this other stuff. You know? Because you can compete with that same dude. Because that's the biggest issue. The women, shit. Like I said, those prisoners and stuff. And just being in those environments and, you know, working and everything. Shoot, that's how they be getting this. That's how they be getting this. It ain't about like they just committed a crime or some women crazy for it. Shoot, their vagina. Let me tell you what, fellas. Look, we gotta be real. A lot of dudes don't want to deal with that basic thing. When a woman's vagina starts tingling, shoot, everything go out the door. Everything go out the door. And boy, guys trying to think of all this other stuff, trying to hit women up here. No, hit them in their heart, hit them in their vajayjay. Real talk. And when they with that thug, they shoot. In fact, just to tell you what they really looking for, with a lot of women, I've known some of these cases, nothing turns them. There's a whole lot of women that a reformed thug turns them on. And it's still not about like what they did or the behavior. It's that he looks good, but now he's acting right. That's it. Because even with that thug thing, I remember one time I almost went to blows with a group of thugs because they weren't getting any. I'm going to tell you what out here, man. Like I said, I'm a field master for a reason. Even now, where I live, and there's some people who follow me. I met a brother last night, yesterday afternoon. He at the gym. He said, hey, Uncle Rom. Yeah, I follow you, everything. Yeah, Alpha Showpiece brother and stuff. Live around here. But if you live around here, they'll tell you, like Harford County, they'll tell you, if you say, okay, what parts that would be considered, quote unquote, like relatively bad. Shit, just say Edgewood. Oh, Rom used to have a house around there. So I was dealing with some like a little bit of thugs and stuff. Had to like explain. Well, yeah, one dude was like trying my door. Someone was door to door salesman type of dudes. I had to like let them know in a very kind way, don't come by my house again. It wasn't nice about it though. I wasn't nice about it. It's funny because he was on the street again, but he would go out in the street and give my house a wide berth. And they had a couple guys be trying to cut across the yard. Had to explain to them why they wasn't. One dude, and he was bigger than me, went out there in my shorts and everything. Nothing on but some shorts. No shoes, no top, anything. And this dude bigger than me, and I had to let him know. I said, hey, don't come across this yard. Put it out in the neighborhood. I don't want to see anybody across this night. I ain't going to be nice the second time. Yeah, that stopped that right there. But whatever the case, I'm seeing who getting what. I'm seeing who getting what. And there's a whole lot of thugs out there. There's a whole lot of dudes considered thugs and stuff. Don't they pussy they getting is the neighborhood dummy. For those ain't familiar with Baltimore lingo, that's the easy woman. That's that easy woman who dudes taking turns on anyway, or even running trains on. Don't be thinking thugs getting it like that. Only thugs would be getting a whole lot of women. They gotta look good, and even then still have maybe some status. They gotta be on some serious shit. And usually they actually low key. The real ones actually low key in the neighborhood, other than what they look like. They try to keep that shit quiet. So, but don't get caught up in that. Too many guys getting caught up in it, but it's like, look, why you think I say body gang? You can lift too. Shit, if some prisoners can hit that weight pile, so can you. Shit. You can get a good haircut. You can do all that same shit. Look, it's just as fly. Like I said, I worked at a gym. We had everybody in there. And you, like I said, once they put their gym gear on and started lifting, you couldn't tell the difference. You know, we had players in there on some shady shit, but we also had some players in there who were degreed professionals. Like degreed professionals, engineers and stuff, financial advisors and stuff, who could throw up 400 pounds. So, yeah, that's the whole thing about it. Like, don't get caught up into it. Like I said, see, some people don't want to listen. You want to be on that shit. But I would say this. And don't present no studies or anything. Tell me where you been. No, seriously. You out there. Yeah, you want to see some thugs with it. But I tell you what. Here's what you do. If you see some thug getting a woman, if you got some woman or some way to picture, ask the woman what they think. Seriously. I've seen that a couple times. I remember I was like riding with a woman one time. Saw some dude, he looked like a straight up thug. Right? I said, yeah, would you get with somebody like that? And she's like, yeah, he got a great body. That's what she said too. Because dude had his shirt off. Damn, nigga. Motherfuckers just make crazy ass turns and shit. Okay, my girl over there today might be stopping by and visiting and stuff. But yeah, seriously, just, hey, look, figure out, instead of worrying about the other stuff, like I said, figure out the physicality and everything. Ask a woman and shit. It's just the looks. That's how powerful that shit is. People get past some shit, you know. Like Jeremy Meeks is the greatest example. He wasn't the only one arrested, and in fact, he ain't the only one who get his mugshot out there. I mean, there's plenty of them. They show plenty of mugshots. His went viral. Well, his and a few others. There was another dude. I don't remember his name. Some dude with some locks and stuff. His shit went viral too. It's the looks, man. It's the physicality. It's the body. Seriously. That's all you need to know. Don't get mad and all that stuff. Put the woman down. Shit. Basically, the women telling you what they looking at. It's like you can do the same thing. Shit. So, anyway, right. That's all I got for today. I gotta go in here, mail some stuff. I'm gonna tell you what, just as an aside, because I remember when this COVID started, people were like, hey, you should be talking about that. You shouldn't be talking about the relationships or anything. Ain't you worried people shouldn't be out here? I got one word to say to those people who said shit like that to me. Fuck you. I'm gonna feed my kids because I'm a man. See this? About to mail some shit. Seriously. So, anyway, that's all I got for today, y'all. Get back with y'all. Peace and blessings.